And I think it's quite uncomfortable to think about that page of Italian history, but it's necessary to move forward in a meaningful way. There is always a tendency to hide things under the bed, but sooner or later they will come out, and I guess that the current Italian political situation is a quite explicit. Hi, I'm Davide Degano, and I'm exposing at the exhibition curated by Nicola Localzo, Hors-champ, and my project is Romanzo Meticcio. So my work starts always from a personal point of view, most of the time related to my own family, but I always try to make it accessible to a wider audience, and I do a lot of research and I use an interdisciplinary approach. So I use a lot of portraiture, landscape, archival material and videos, and I tend to collaborate with writers to render the story in the most complete way. My work tells the story of Italian identity, and I do it through exploring the margins, and I'm exploring the suburbs where I grew up, and so I'm doing a research in this landscape, and by doing so I'm interacting with the people I grew up, but also with the architecture. And so Italian landscape is still filled with reminiscences from fascist period. The architecture, the statues, all of this symbol recalling a fallen empire, and in my work these elements take on a metaphorical meaning of this kind of culture that never disappears, always being present in our Italian society, and over the last few decades is coming again out stronger. And is enough to see the Italian political environment to understand how things are going toward a right side of political party. Oh, that's interesting. My definition of mixed race photography is, I would say, layered. Like my work tries to give a different point of view than what is being given from the mainstream narration. And me myself, coming from a multicultural background, so I was born in Sicily, grew up in the north of Italy. My grandmother on my mom's side is Colombian, and on my dad's side is Slovenian, gave me this kind of layered sort of personality, and I guess that a good definition for mixed race photography is like layered. So not to follow one voice, one story, but being aware that stories are formed by different layers, and to understand complexity you need to be aware of different indeed layers within a story. What inspired me is, I guess, as I said at the beginning, is my family background. For me it was just important to understand me as a person, but I tend not to do it like being self-referential, so I like to expand the question to a bigger audience, and in this case Italy. I'm aware that Italy is struggling to understand and to accept a multicultural society, and that is a huge problem, especially for the country, because by doing so you don't move forward. So that is the main inspiration behind my project. But also I think it's time to face an uncomfortable past. So we never really faced the fascist regime and what brought to contemporary Italian society, and I think it's quite uncomfortable to kind of think about that page of Italian history, but it's necessary to move forward in a meaningful way, because otherwise, there is always a tendency to hide things under the bed, but sooner or later they will come out, and I guess that the current Italian political situation is a quite explicit community. That's what I feel. Like I feel a communitarian approach to photography, and it's actually really nice to see people coming from different background being here together and with the same purpose, I guess. So the feeling I had is just a big community. So that's what I like about it.
Okay,
yeah.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Thanks to you guys.